Listen as the words appear on your screen. What thoughts or images come immediately to mind? Jot down a few notes about your first impressions. Continue watching for further reflection. English language learner. Cheerleader. Student living in poverty. Student with a disability. Honor roll student. School bully. Prom queen and king. Now that you've written down some first thoughts, let's dig a little deeper into those impressions. We like to think that when we look at the world, we see it objectively. We tend to think reality is exactly what we see, that it exists in the order and detail in which we see it. But how neutral are we when we look at the world around us? A moment ago you listened to a list of words, and it's likely that some impressions or images came into your mind. Language is an abstraction that we attempt to convert into something simpler to understand, a concrete thought or picture that we can make sense of. What pictures leapt to mind when you heard those words? Were there several? Was there just one? When you heard English language learner, did you see this? Or this? What about cheerleader? Is this what came to mind? Or was it something like this? What about student living in poverty? Did you see this? Or perhaps this image is what occurred to you. We don't always like to acknowledge it, but our perceptions can sometimes be influenced by stereotypes. A cognitive and social mechanism, a stereotype is what we call the human mind's tendency to simplify people or groups into a narrow range of characteristics, habits, or reactions. But these types of perceptions are often inaccurate, leading us to oversimplify or to unfairly categorize others. People are more complex than that. People are more diverse. So when you heard the words student with a disability, did you see this? Or this? What about honor roll student? School bully? Or prom queen and king? Did these images come to mind? All people stereotype, because stereotyping is a natural function of how the human mind perceives the world. But our minds also have the ability to understand that function, to realize that it is happening, and through reflection, reconsideration, and careful self-examination, we are able to mitigate the worst effects of this tendency that we all share.